Hi, welcome back. So today in this video, we will start with the first chapter of class 12, which is electrostatics. So in this, we will just see all the theory part of electrostatics. We will solve a few problems. We will see the NCERT questions as well. So first, let's start. What is electrostatics? Okay, so we already know that if you have studied in class 11, you have studied this statics and dynamics. So when we are dealing with the word statics, okay, whenever we are dealing with the word statics, it means that anything at rest, right? Now we are dealing together with the word electrostatic. So here electro means what? Something related to the charges, electric charge, okay? So as a whole, what you can say, what electrostatic is? Electrostatic is the branch, or you can say is the subject which deals with charges at rest. So what you will study in electrostatic, you will study the charges at rest, and majorly the initial part, okay, maximum part of electromagnetism, you will you will deal with charges at rest and charge with motion. So if it's electrodynamics, then you will deal with the charges in motion. Now you are dealing with what? Electrostatics. That means you will study about the charges at rest. So now when we are discussing about charges at rest, we need to know what actually charge is. What is charge? How can you define charge? What do you understand by the word charge, right? So when we go to the definition of charge, it is said as the property associated with matter due to which it produces and experiences electric and magnetic field. It is what? It is nothing but a property, or you can say energy, due to which it can what? Experience attraction or repulsion, or you can say property associated with matter due to which it produces and experience electric and magnetic field. So okay, so this is what the definition is. Suppose you are having a body, or you can say a matter A, and this is a body B. So either these two bodies will either attract or either it will repel. Though it is attracting or it's repelling, if it is showing any one of the phenomena, it's attraction or repulsion, then you can say that these bodies are having charges on it. And you can say that the CR related to this, okay? So charge, that it is the property, okay, associated with matter due to which it will experience or produce electric and magnetic event. Electric and magnetic event, how and what it is experiencing, that we will see later on. Right now, just I have given you the definition of charge, okay? It is nothing but the property associated with matter by virtue of which it will experience and produce electric and magnetic effect. This is a very, and you can say charge is actually intrinsic property. It is a very basic property, okay, about a matter. Same, you can say same like mass. As we say, mass is what? It is an intrinsic property. It is a basic and fundamental property of a matters. In the similar way, charge is also a very basic property, okay? Now we will see types of charges. So when we are talking about the types of charges, we are having two types of charges. One is the positive charge, and the other one is a negative charge. What it is? First one is what? Positive charge, and the second one is negative charge. Okay, so when do we say a body is charged, and when do we say a body is charged? We will see these in methods of charging. Okay, now I will just give a few little more things that we need to know about a charge. So if we are denoting charge, we are denoting it using small q. Sometimes in many books or many instances, you will say capital Q as well. So the SI unit of charge is coulomb, and you can write only capital C to denote the unit of charge. And if you want to know about a device which can detect the electric charge present on a body, then that is none other than electroscope. And this is the SI unit of charge. If you will come to the CGS unit of charge, then CGS unit of charge is state coulomb. CGS unit is what? State coulomb. Okay. And it is 1 coulomb is equals to 3 into 10 to the power 9 state coulomb. You need to remember this. Okay. Next, what we will see the dimension. We will see what? The dimension of charge. So when we are discussing about the dimension of charge, what we know, current is what? Charge per unit time. Okay. The rate of change of what? Charge. This is what current is. So from here you can write charge is equals to what? IT, current into with time. Okay. You know the unit, because if you have studied the dimensions, you know for the current you're having what? Ampere, and for time t. So it is what? AT. So this is the dimension of charge, which is very simple and you can calculate it very easily. Okay. Also, one more thing that you need to keep in mind is that charge is a scalar quantity. What it is? It is a scalar quantity. Okay, you will have to remember that charge is a scalar quantity. And you know what is a scalar quantity? A quantity which can be defined only by its magnitude. So charge is what? It is a scalar quantity. Okay. So now if we discuss the methods of charging, means how can we charge a body? How can a body be charged? So there are majorly, you can say there are three methods of charging. The first is friction. Friction is generally rubbing. Okay. When we are rubbing, we will see the example also how this is done and how it happens. So friction is the rubbing process through which a body is charged. Electrostatic induction, it is an indirect contact. Okay, in electrostatic induction, we will see the explanation as well. What happens is that we are not having any direct contact between two bodies, and in conduction, there is always direct contact between the two bodies to be charged. Okay, so first of all, for friction, what is written here that we will see, and then I will make you understand what actually happens in friction. So if we rub one body with another, this is one, okay, one body with another body, then transfer of electrons takes place from one body to another body, right? Because when we will see the example for positive and negative charges, that time also I said you that we will discuss this later on. So what you will see that if you're having one body and if you rub that particular body with another body, there will be obviously a transfer of electrons from one body to another. And this transfer of electrons takes place from lower work function to the body of higher work function. And cloud is an example of charge friction, charge by friction. So this is the written part. Now to understand what you will see, if you are having a body A, suppose, okay, and this is a body what? This is a body B. Now you know for neutral body, the number of protons is equals to the number of electrons. If I say here proton number is 5 and electron number is also 5, and in the B body, if I say proton number is what? 7 and electron number is also 7. Now when these two bodies will be rubbed, okay, when you will rub these two bodies, what will happen? In either electrons will be given to the body B, or what you will say, electrons will be given to the body A from B. Means either A will give electrons to B or B will give electrons to A. So if here I consider that B has given 2 electrons, okay, to A. Okay, so here what will happen? B will become positively charged, right? And A will become what? Negative charge. Okay, it will have negatively charged. Why it has become positively charged and why it has negative? You will always remember the body which gives electrons is positively charged, which gains electron is a negatively charged. And also you can see positively charged means what? The number of protons must be greater. So if here it is 7 number of electrons are there, if he has given 2, this B body has given 2, so now number of protons is more compared to the number of electrons, right? That means, because whenever you will say a body is positively charged, it means that the number of protons will be more compared to the number of electrons, right? And in this case, what you will see, the number of protons become less because it is 5, electrons is what? 5, now it will be 7, and here protons is what? 5. So here this has become negatively charged body, because we know for negatively charged body, number of electrons must be what? More. So this is how you can understand. And you can take example, cloud is an example of what? It is an example of friction. Also, if you see, if I'm talking about like positive and negative charge, this is just a charge. This is just a chart so that you can understand. Okay. Now, if I take a glass rod, okay, if I take a glass rod and if I rub, okay, on a silk cloth, okay, on a silk cloth, so you will always remember the glass rod will always give electrons and the silk cloth will always gain electrons. Similarly, if you are having a woolen cloth, okay, if you're having a woolen cloth, that is what? Positive charge. And if you rub it on plastic or rubber, okay, then what will happen? It will always gain electron. Rubbing a woolen cloth on plastic or rubber, woolen cloth will always give electrons, and this plastic and rubber will always gain electrons. The gaining one is negative and the giving one is what? Positive. Similarly, if you have fur, if you rub fur, ebonite rod on a fur, in that case, what will happen? The fur, okay, it will always give electron to what? To the ebonite rod. So it will become negatively charged. Similarly, for dry hair, when you see when you're taking a comb, okay, sometimes we can see that the comb is the hairs are getting attracted towards what? Towards the comb. Why it happens? Because the comb becomes negatively charged by taking electrons from the hair, and the hair becomes positively charged by giving electrons. So this is what you need to remember in case of friction. So this is the first method of charging a body. So I'm repeating it. Once again, what happens if you're having two bodies, and if they're rubbed, okay, electrons will obviously transfer from one body to another body. Okay, so the one which will gain electrons will become negatively charged, and the one which will give, okay, which will donate electrons will become positively charged. Clear? Next, we will see electrostatic induction. So when we are talking about electrostatic induction, what actually happens is that there is what? There is charge, okay? Charge, it is a type of method of charging in which two bodies will never be in direct contact with each other, okay? There will be always indirect contact with each other. Okay, now suppose if I tell you that you need to charge a body negatively with negative charge, okay, to understand this, what you will take, that if I am telling that you need a body to be having negative charge, okay, if I say that by electrostatic induction you need a body with negative charge, okay, so in that case what you will do, suppose I'm just considering, okay, you will just draw this type of figures. 2 to 3 figures will be required. I'll take 4 figures to show its step. Okay, one more I'm taking here. It is not that same, okay, but do pardon me for the mismatch of the figures. So if I say here this is an uncharged body, uncharged body means charge is 0. Okay, so it will have number of positive and negative charge to be equal, right? So for this, if I take a positivity charge, because if you need a negative charge body, okay, through electrostatic induction, okay, in that case, what will happen? What you will need? You will need a positive charge body. I think these concepts, you know a bit, not completely, then also you know in some uncharged body, because here number of positive charge and negative charge is equal. This is a charged body. So if I bring it near to this uncharged body, what will happen? This is positive. So all the negative charges will be in this side, right? And all the positive charges will be on this side. Okay. This is what it happens. Now, if you see, this is the arrangement. Now, as soon as if you will take away this positive charge, so all the positive and negative charges will again be, and in final what will happen, this body will become uncharged, right? Because now since I have brought this particular charged body near to this uncharged body, so all the negative charges are coming this side, okay, they have aligned inside themselves to this side and the positive to this side. So what we will do, we will just do the thing, okay, this you can take, this is positive, this is negative, this is positive. So when you will do a thing, okay, of this uncharged body, what will happen? All this positive charge will go inside, okay? Due to earthing, it will all get removed and there will be only what? Negative charge. Now, when you will remove this positive charge, then also what you will have? This positive charge body, this body will have only negative charge, because all the positive charge due to earthing, it has what? Gone. So these are 4 steps. The step 1 is what? Charged body. It is brought near what? It is brought near the uncharged body. Then the uncharged body is what? It is connected to earth. Now again uncharged body is disconnected with the earth, and you will get what? You will get a charged body, which is what? A negatively charged body, right? And this charged body is also removed. This is how. And similarly, if I'll ask you for a positive charge, so for positive charge, what you will do? So if you need for positive charge, this is there, okay? So for positive charge, you will bring obviously a negatively charged body, okay? Here plus minus both will be there, okay? Means this is having net charge 0. Now, if you see, when you will bring it near, what will happen? All the positive charge will be this side, negative charges will be this side. You will do again earthing, right? And all the negative charge will be removed. And finally, you will get what? A body with positive charge. So this is how it happens. And you always have to remember that if you won't do this earthing, na, again, as soon as you will remove, you will take away this particular charge body, this body will become again uncharged. Okay, so this is the reason why we have done the earthing. and then this particular charge body is taken away. I think the concept is clear. Okay, next what we will see for conduction. Okay, what actually happens in conduction? So when we are talking about conduction, so in cases of conduction, what happens? The transfer of charge, okay, the process of charge is taken by what? Direct contact. Means two bodies will be in direct contact. You can take an example of a positively charged aluminum plate. Okay, if it is charged on a neutral metal sphere, what will happen? The neutral metal sphere become charged as the result of being what? Coming in contact due to the aluminum plate, right? This is what happens. This only happens now when you were having a aluminum positively charged aluminum plate is there, and if it touches to a neutral metal sphere, what will happen? Neutral metal sphere will come charged. This you can see also the charge conductor. What happens? Charged conductor is having unequal number of protons and electrons. Hence, when uncharged conductor is brought near it, it will discharge electron to it to stabilize. Right, that will be through direct contact. So this is what? This is the charge through conduction. Okay, I hope these three things are very, very clear to all of you, because this is a very important concept. So one more thing that you might be asked is that when there is what? When there is transfer of charges, is there any change in the mass? Okay, then what we will say, yes. When there is what? Because if you're having two bodies, this is a body A and this is a body B. Okay, if electrons will jump from A to B, obviously electrons are having mass, right? Electrons are having mass. Okay, so obviously when electrons will jump from one body to another, there will be what? Change in the mass also. Okay, the one which will give electrons will become lighter, right? The mass will become what? Less, because they are giving, and the one which is gaining will become what? Heavier. So this is one important thing that you need to remember. So when we have discussed these things, so we can also remember already in the first page of exams you will have these values, but I think you need to know also the charges. Okay, so I will write here the charge of electron. Okay, charge of electron, and other is what? Charge of proton. Okay, charge of electron, we all know it's how much? Minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. And proton is also having what? Same, but with a positive sign, into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Now when we will talk about what? Mass of electron and mass of proton, these two are also very, very important points that you need to remember. Okay, when you are talking about mass of electron, it is 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, and for proton, it's 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Always remember, proton is having what? More mass than electron. Don't get confused that this is 9 and this is 1.67. You have to see this 10 to the power also. Here it's minus 27, here it's minus 37. Minus 37 means what? This power will be what? Divided, and this value will obviously reduce. Okay, so this is one important thing that you need to remember. Okay, so we got a few important questions also, a few important things also. What all things we have studied in this video, let's just have a look. Okay, just let's have a look. We saw first what is electrostatics. This is the branch of physics in which we are studying about charges at rest. We saw what is charge, property associated with matter, which produces and experiences electric and magnetic effect. We have seen the types of charges, which is positive and negative charges. We have seen the methods of charging, the unit of charge, okay, the CGS unit of charge, the device through which we can detect electric charge present on a body, right? These things we have seen. Also, we have seen all the three methods of what? Three methods of charging, okay, which is conduction, electrostatic induction, and friction. Friction is by rubbing, electrostatic induction is by indirect contact, and conduction is by direct contact. In the next video, we will just see the properties of electric charges and the relationship, or you can say the difference between mass and charge. Okay, so that's all in this video. Thank you so much. Have a good day.